Hello, everybody. Surprise, surprise. This is Deborah, and I know I have not been on YouTube for a very long time, but I have something to share with you, and I hope it encourages you. The beginning of the summer, I think that's when it was started, I built this shed, okay? It was a tent, and I was impressed by the Lord to make it a shed. And as I was building it, I had the impression that there were going to be people in here. It's not very big, but so I was surprised about that. But you guys know I've shared with you that I was a contractor. I had my own, I bought some land and I developed it and built houses on it. And I spoke to the Lord one night as I was looking around at all the things that I had acquired. And, you know, I've been saved since I was about 7, I think. And I know how the Lord feels about wealth. And I mean, it's not a sin to be wealthy, but I said to the Lord, I said, Father, if this is going to keep me from being ready when you come, please take it all away. Well, he did. And I lost my marriage, my children, my home. I had nothing left. All I had was the Lord. And that's when he began to speak to me. And that's when he began to tell me that the Christ was coming soon and my people are not ready. So this has been a long journey. He had me working for Habitat for Humanity for 8 years. I held various positions. I started out as a site supervisor. Then I had the job of executive director, and then I was a construction manager for another affiliate. So I held every position. And I learned a lot. I have to say, I learned a lot. I used to have up to 100 people on my job site on some days. We built 12 townhouses in 3 months. And I can tell you what, that was quite a challenge. And I felt led at the time to come. I was working out of state. I felt led to come back home, which I did. And that is when the Lord really began to lay out what was coming. So I've shared on other videos, the Lord had told me that I would have a City of Refuge, and he actually showed me 3 of them. The first one he showed me, it was a complex. It had like a hospital on it, small, and it had buildings. The men and women were separated. There were buildings for men and women. They were like dormitories. And there was actually a building that was very huge. It was large, and it had a beautiful cathedral ceiling with wooden beams and stuff. And the end wall was just glass. It was just gorgeous. And I was told, as I was being shown this place, that a man and a woman had paid for this complex, and he said that he was taking it away from them and he was going to give it to me to oversee. I've shared in another video that I had a dream, and it was more of an experience. They're different between dreams and experiences. And I had just gotten out of the shower, and I was standing in the doorway of like my bedroom, and Jesus was kneeling on the floor, and he was looking at a map. It was like a big map. And I walked over, and he said to me, you need to consider New Mexico to build on because they still have a lot of land. And I looked down at the map, and the next thing I know, I was standing in what I now know was New Mexico. I'd never been there. I was standing in a desert. And I looked in the distance and I saw a building going up, just framed, just the first floor was being framed. And a man came over to me and he was dressed like a, kind of like an Indian or something. Not an American Indian, an Indian from India. Like he had a thing on his head, like a turban or something. And he had a robe on. I don't know. I don't know who he was. He just came over and he said to me, would you please go and check on the build? So I shook my head, and the next minute I was in the building. And there were men in there, and they were putting on floor joists, but they were putting them on upside down. And so I corrected them, and that was the end of that experience. And I tell you, I have been there 3 times, and the second time I was there, I was walking around looking at the framing, and to my amazement, there was this central staircase, and they were building the platform for it, and the wood was made out of acacia wood. Now, I have had 2 other dreams where the Lord specifically said acacia wood, and the last time I went there, I was there 3 times, and the last time I went, I was standing again I was in the center of the building, and the staircase that was made out of acacia wood was circular, and it went right up through the open roof. It was beautiful. So I believe the Lord was showing me that that would be access from the earth to heaven during this time of tribulation. That's when I think it's going to be where I'm going to be, among other things. I've had quite a few other dreams. But anyway, I wanted to share that to also let you know that this past year has been really hard for me, because this was 30 some odd years ago that the Lord told me that Christ was coming soon and my people are not ready, and I lost everything. And for 30 years I've been getting messages and being purified, and I've had some supernatural experiences with the power of the Holy Spirit comes over me. I've shared with you before, the Lord told me that I had the roar of the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and I literally roar. If you don't believe me, well, go somewhere else to watch a video, because it has been confirmed by total strangers. I've seen the fruit of these roars. It causes demons to flee. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do, but I do it out of obedience. Now, I have not done any of that in quite some time, and because I have really become very I'm not cynical, guys, but it's like, come on. I mean, this has been over 30 years. So anyway, the reason I am sharing this shed was because it was a tent shed, and I had stuff stored in there, and I just had this strong feeling to make it a real shed. And as I was building it, I believe the Holy Spirit let me know that there would be people in that building. Okay, so I think we're going to... All right, I'm getting a witness in my spirit. There's going to be meetings in there. Okay, he's gripping me. What happens is he grips me, you guys, right in my belly, and I can't... it's really, that's why I make noises, because he grips me and I'm not expecting it. It's like, have you ever been punched in the stomach? I mean, it's not a punch in the stomach, but it's a power, and you can't control it, and you don't know when it's coming. And so that's why on my videos, sometimes I react and make these noises. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'm being honest with you. It's just not. Well, anyway, I have something to share, because for the last year I've been kind of not spending the time with the Lord as I should and was, and I've been going through some kind of depression and just whatever, just wanting to quit or just wanting to give up. Well, I was going through... I'm sharing all this because the Lord did something this morning that I haven't experienced in a while. Okay, so the Lord gave me a message a while ago, a couple months maybe, and I wrote it down, and I wasn't writing things in my journal. I was kind of stepped back. And I said in this entry, I said, "Good morning, Father, your spirit rose up in me, and I began wailing." I heard, "Write my words down," twice. He had to say it twice. I'm just being honest. Okay. So I said, "Father, I am listening. What would you say, Abba?" He said, "My dearest child, you must come before me daily and often. I have much to say to you. It has begun. The end has begun. Seek my face. Seek me like never before. You must hunger and thirst for my presence. I have much to tell you. Your life will depend upon it." And he gave me Romans 10 and Exodus 19. Okay. So I did that half-heartedly. I'm just being truthful, guys. I have just been... it's just been hard. Okay. So the reason I'm making this video is because I had an experience this morning that I haven't had in a long time. I have shared with you on my videos. The Lord used to give me songs, and I'd look up the songs, and it'd be a message in there for me. And even the name of the group or the name of the singer would have something to do with the message. So I woke up and I had a chorus playing in my mind. And it was from Petula Clark. And it's that song. I'm going to read the chorus for you. "My love is warmer than the warmest sunshine." This is the Lord. Okay, this is the Father speaking to me. This is his message to me this morning, okay? "My love is warmer than the warmest sunshine, softer than a sigh. My love is deeper than the deepest ocean, wider than the sky. My love is brighter than the brightest star that shines every night above. And there is nothing in this world that can change my love." And the reason, okay, and I looked up Petula Clark because a lot of the times the word, the songs, the artist singing the song has also meaning. Petula means to seek, and Clark means scribe. Go figure, you know. So I just want to encourage you all. It's been a long journey for many of us, but I really, really believe that something really is going to change very soon. I just have that feeling. I haven't gotten a word about it, but other people have, and I'm listening. And because of this shed here, I just finished it recently. And I don't know, guys. I just wanted to share that with you to encourage you. And let's continue on this journey. And I hope to see you soon. Shalom.